Hi, this is Ian, and I want to explain the modulation matrix in the MPC 4000. This is day 2, messing around. Let's get it done. Okay. You're going to hear a sample that I've put in here. It's the vocalist in my band, and you're going to hear her saying A. All right. So, as you see, there it is, and pitch, screen, only have polyphony of 1, so if I had polyphony of 2, then we'd have it'd play both together, and you can put it in mute groups, right? This is just by way of recap. Edit screen. At the moment, the cutoff, the filter, you see it's off. And I was messing with the envelope, and I'll show you why in a few minutes, but just know this is the filter, this is the envelope for the filter. Envelopes are simply the ADSR, attack, delay, sustain, and release. Just know that. This is the amp, and this is the amp's ADSR as well. And on this screen, you have your LFO1, LFO2, LFO is low frequency oscillator. And then you have this auxiliary envelope, which is for the messing with the attack and the ADSR of this. So I'm going to end how all this gets modulated is in here, the modulation matrix. Default, you have this tilt velocity to amplitude, the filter envelope to cutoff, which as we saw in day 1 is a sensible thing. Right now it's down to low. It's to 0. I'm going to turn it up when I get to the cutoff. And your mod wheel. So if you're connected to something, you know, the little mod wheel it's MIDI hardwired to mess with the envelope depth. So the amount of going into the destination. You have the source, destination, and the depth of it. The amount going into it of this going into this, right? And right now we have the auxiliary envelope going to pitch, and it's at 0. I'm going to have to turn that up. So I know I'm giving you a lot, but it's better if I just mess with it. And if you kind of have an idea of what it is how you want the sound to be, that is better in helping you understand this. So with this sound, let's increase the depth of this triangle, okay? And the rate, and then the delay, which would be, the actual delay. But first, let's just go through each one of these, and I'm going to keep repressing the sound so you'll hear what's going on, okay? Now, you notice you're not hearing any difference, right? So, watch. Right? Very slow rate. We're going to go up to a very fast one. Right? So that's the rate of this triangle, and we're going 100% into it, right? So 50% into it, or I shouldn't say 50%, but just 50 value into it. Right? As opposed to. See that difference? In fact, I should probably step it like that. So 100, going on 75. 50, 25, and 0. So let's go in at about 50. Well, let's go in 100. All right. So now the rate is really fast, but let's slow it down just so we can. Wait. Nothing. You can visualize what's happening there, the increase, and this line in the middle there is you have to think of it as when it's above it, it's in the positive, and when it's below it, it's in the negative, right? So it's just the reverse of it as it goes through in time. This would be 0 going, in increments of time. So up, middle, down, right? Cool. So That's a triangle. Let's try the sine. Smoother. Square. See that cut off? Just boom. And that's because it's just a straight drop, right? Saw. And this one is the saw going from low to high. So as we know, it should be like, wee, it should be going up, right? Increases and then it should be a drop. And then it starts again, right? And then there's the reverse of that. Okay, now obviously if we increase the rate, it'll happen faster. Not very musical, but we're just doing this for demonstration. Okay, so the delay will, you get it. Let's see. See this? See the delay? All right, put this at 0 for now. We'll get back to that. But let's go into the auxiliary envelope and explain what's happening here. Now, first of all, let's go into this window. You were listening to all those sounds, and this was when it was at 0, right? Auxiliary envelope is modulating the pitch, and it was at 0. It wasn't doing anything. So now we're going to increase this. It's going into the negative, which would just be the opposite of this, right? So let's just go in there. I don't want to go in that much. Say 50. Okay? Close. And right now it's a very quick attack. Right? Because it's hitting that pitch. Boom! And then coming out. Okay? So now if we so the attack of this envelope, it's going to be slower. So it's not going to be like, right? You think about it. How should it be? See that? It just slowly rose. In fact, wait, I think we can get it even more, make it more dramatic to your ear. Hear that? All right, there you go. You see how slow it is, the attack? Right? As opposed to super sharp. Boom! It just takes you there. Okay. And mind you, we have it just going straight up and down. You can, you know, do all sorts of cool stuff. Right, so it actually looks like a sort of regular envelope. Attack, decay, sustain, release. The bottom part. So that's the envelope. You get my point. Where did I want to go? Oh, yes. Modulation matrix. Filter envelope to cut off. Let's turn it up. Let's turn this up a little bit. Don't want it that high. All right. Filter envelope. Going to cut off at that depth, right? And we have the auxiliary envelope going to the pitch. So you already know that sound. We heard it, but we had no cutoff. We weren't messing with the filter. So now we're going to add a filter. Just use this 4-pole low pass. Okay. Got to turn it up. Now you notice I have the same thing here like I had on the other one. So it's like slow attack and go down. In fact, I'm going to, before we even get you to hear what it sounds like, let's just do the quick attack. Okay? Ready? Quick attack. Put this up a little bit. You see that? Okay, and that's because a lot of that, because of that release on the other one, on this one, the envelope. But anyway, let's mess with different sounds just so you can get. Oh no, let's go into depth. I mean delay. Sorry. See the delay in getting into there? Okay. There are a couple other things we can mess with, but this video has now hit 11 minutes, and that will be in day 3. Peace.